Okay, y'all, so I really want to be able to like record and tell y'all my first week of class experience, but I be busy. Like, I am crazy busy just with trying to establish my study schedule, the stuff that I want to use to study, like small group and other assignments that I have to do, getting used to walking around on campus. Like, it's just a lot. So yeah, I'm so sorry that I just really haven't had time to like take y'all around. I don't know if I can kind of give you a quick little 360. But yeah, it's more than likely gonna have to be a home video rather than like an active or current vlog, right? Like, I would have liked to take y'all in there with me for lectures and things like that and take pictures and whatever, but that's just not going to be possible because, again, your girl be busy. I barely have time to record this because I'm actually slightly late to a mandatory discussion that's like an hour long, and then I have a quiz already. Goodbye. So I look a mess, y'all, because I just woke up. So please, like, ignore how crusty I look. But I wanted to go ahead and like record this while this information was like fresh on my brain and fresh on my mind to speak about. But pretty much, in that campus clip, I don't know if you can tell that I was a little stressed out. Like I said, I had a lot to like do, a lot going on, you know, and just mentally, I just was feeling down because I just realized that, class sessions, group work, like the things that I do in person on campus are not actually for learning. And that sounds weird, right? Like, I feel like in undergrad, you go to class and, you know, you're going to lecture and you spend all this time on the PowerPoints and you spend all this time with like one subject or like one topic. Let me not say subject, like one topic per class. So let's say you're in, I don't know, you're in biology or whatever. You might be spending like a couple of days going over like organelles or something. Obviously, because medical school is a lot more information, you can't spend as long on the material in class. So it was just weird because it was like, okay, I would be looking over these concepts kind of briefly to come to class to have at least an understanding of what we're going to be doing in class, but yet the level of comprehension that seems to be expected is much more than a skim and scan. Like, we were in class today going over these like clinical problems on diagnostic testing, and my group was just like rapid fire pace, you know, spitting out these answers and doing these calculations. And I was like, whoa, like, this is still very new to me. Like, these concepts are still very confusing to me. So I just was a bit discouraged because I was like, dang, like, am I not retaining information as quickly as other people? Like, what's wrong? And honestly, I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that it's gonna take a lot more work for me to lay down like the learning and the foundation of these concepts outside of class. So at home, and, you know, in my downtime, and then recognizing that I'm going to have to come to lecture again or come to class with the mindset that this is really for review and it's really not for me to get the comprehension right then and there. You would think that that's kind of like a well duh, but again, that's not what I'm used to when it comes to like studying like an undergrad. That's not how it is at all. And in general, I've always been like a slower learner because of like how my brain likes to process and store information. I'm very, very detail oriented. When I go through like new content, my brain needs to know why. Like each individual step of an issue, like I need to be able to talk myself through it. And that's great for like long-term storage. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like there's a lot of things that I remember kind of like fragments here and there from years ago. Like, I graduated in 2019. So some of this stuff was when I was a freshman, back in 2015, 2016, and I'm still recalling it because of how I lay down information. So I can't say that my method of learning is wrong. I just want to say that my method of learning needs to be done in a different timing than what I was thinking it was going to be. Like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to go to lecture and then come home and think that I'm going to be able to like, again, learn all that information. Like, I'm going to be stressed out if I don't take the time to myself beforehand and like however many days or however many hours it takes prior to lecture, prior to classwork. I think I'm going to end up walking away feeling pretty miserable and feeling pretty dumb because I'm not going to be, again, like quicker with the uptake and quicker with the content. almost choked, quicker with the content as maybe some of my peers, and that's just never a good feeling. It's just never a good feeling to think that you're like slower, or just think that like you're dumb. Like, to be quite honest, like I was feeling pretty dumb, like, oh my god, like, do I not know how to like schoolwork? But that's not the case, guys. I just know now that I need to take whatever steps I need to take for me to learn that information, so that way when I do come together with other people, we're all on the same page, and then understanding that's okay. Plus realizing that maybe that's what these other people are doing, and I just need to, kick myself into higher gear. I don't know. I'll let you guys know how I do like on my first like exam, which is like next week. And just in general, how I've been progressing through the class with like kind of understanding the new way that I need to approach studying and learning this info. And yeah, I hope to just be as like authentic as possible. Sorry that these uploads are probably going to come a little later, since I'm busy. Like I'm busy. They're probably going to be uploaded every other week, like how I did before. So yeah, just try to be patient with me, guys. And that's pretty much it for right now. So my first week of school is officially over, y'all. I know I really did not get to vlog as often as like I was planning to, or I don't even know if I communicated to y'all in the previous clips that I was going to try to vlog every day. And if I did, girl, I lied. Okay, I lied, y'all. Hold up, it's loud. So yeah, it's the end of my first week, like I said. I guess I can just take y'all through like a day by day of like how everything went. The first day was just like an introduction to our block, which right now is the principles of medicine, which is pretty much all of like your basic sciences that like you learn in undergrad, and you're just doing them over again. Cell biology, microbiology. There's like a little bit of histology is in there. Like, it's just like stuff again that you learned in undergrad, or like depending on your major you learned in undergrad. So yeah, that was the first day. I fell asleep, I'm not gonna lie. The second day, I think I don't know if it was Tuesday or Wednesday that we had like the introduction of all of these different small groups. So at UNC, they break down the curriculum into like a team setting, to where like, again, you have all of these different groups, and they all serve a different function. So like one of my groups is for like clinical. Oh, okay. I don't know if y'all heard that, but I think somebody almost got ran over, y'all. That's not funny, but like, he scared me. I don't know if you see me jump, my little scary tail self. But yeah, so the small group functions are for like different things. One of the small groups is for clinical epidemiology. Another small group is for like just getting to know each other, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's just like, yeah, like a smaller cuts of our class, because I think my class is like 190 people. Another small group is for patient-centered care course. So it's a course like dedicated to clinical skills. Is there one more? And then that same small group, like the one that's just a smaller team of 190, we also work on other labs together. So like just now I got out of histology lab. Sorry, that's kind of like a really ugly like rundown. I'm gonna try to probably like put it on a note up on the screen so y'all can like understand what the heck I even be doing here. But so far, guys, I've only had one quiz. Yeah, I've only had one quiz. I got 100%. And then we have, like I said, a problem set due on, I think it's like on all of the stuff that we learned so far in our classes. And then we have a whole bunch of like USMLE, which is the like board, like the first step of boards or whatever. We have a whole bunch of USMLE like products and questions due, like they actually assign that to us. It's technically due at the end of the block, which doesn't end until like August 23rd, but I decided to go ahead and work on these types of questions every week as like a review. I also do like Anki flashcards every freaking day. Too many of them. Okay, I want to say like per deck it's like 100 cards, and right now I have like 3 decks, so I think it's like 300 cards total, which I know that sounds crazy. Like, I wouldn't recommend that you do this, but I know, like, for me, flashcards is actually like a primary way that I learn. So I don't mind doing that. And I can also put up on the screen like an example of how I take notes. Like, don't be out here trying to steal my methods. Don't be out here trying to steal my information. But I can just show you guys kind of like how I go through my actual like study and whatever process. And I think that's pretty much like it. Like, I'll try to go home and record one of these days and have like an actual sensical layout of how I want this upload to go, because I really do want to take you guys through my first week. But like I said, like, this wasn't really planned like a vlog. So yeah, I'll probably just sit and like talk to you guys more in depth in like a separate section. Okay, hey y'all, another like random quick update while I'm about to like go home. So today I had a clinical epidemiology class, and y'all, I really think I'm going to consider getting my master's in public health. A lot of the concepts and the things that we talk about in this like Coil, so for UNC's curriculum, Coils are pretty much like mini subjects within the block. There's so many things that we talk about that I'm very passionate over, or that I'm very interested in, and I like discussing. I like raising my hand. I want to say my participation, like if participation points are a thing for that course, your girl's getting 100 out of 100, because I'm always like saying stuff. So like for instance, today we talked about incidence and prevalence and how you can assume that like certain populations are stable from like one year to the next. And I was like, I think that this is very poor training. I feel like as a physician, you never want to assume things like, you know, stability of populations or specific groups, you know, even for the sake of like hypothetical questioning and practice problems. I think as a clinician, you should always be thinking about, you know, what populations are you talking about, and realistically, what is probably going on in those populations year after year. Because then I think once you go into training, it's very easy to have that like simulation, everything in general is good and fine type of attitude, when that's really not the case, especially if you're working with like minority groups. So yeah, like for instance, the year of, you know, when we had all of those, I don't know if this is a trigger word for YouTube, so I'll put it up on the screen. But when we had all of those incidences, do you think the populations for, you know, for different issues, diseases, occurrences, whatever, in those, you know, specific states and counties and cities where these incidents were happening, do you think that that was stable? Or do you think anxiety probably increased for those people? Stress, anger, you know, that then would lead to other health issues. Like, don't you think that all of that stuff matters? So I just feel like, you know, personally, teaching physicians, you know, being in medical school, those are questions and things that we should always be paying attention to. So just with me feeling like that, for instance, gives me kind of like the belief that maybe a master's in public health would do me justice, or maybe a focused concentration in health equity. I think there's another name, like another type of study for this as well, like another type of concentration. I just can't think of the name right now, but I do think that I want to get like an additional degree in something like that related to these specific types of concerns, because again, I just have noticed that I'm very, very passionate about it. And yeah, sorry, this was like a random like pop-in recording to add to like the already random sporadic posh vlog that I've been doing for my first week. This is technically the second week, my first week of medical school chat with you guys. But I really wanted to come in here and say this because I just think that it's very interesting how very early on you can kind of see what you're attracted towards, what you gravitate towards, and as well as noticing like flaws in the system that you're a part of. Yeah. Okay, so I am officially done with my first block of medical school, which means I've been in school, y'all, for a whole month. It does not feel like it at all, but I've been in school for an entire month. I'm trying to think. Reflections. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to record this. I don't know what that was. My bad, y'all. That was actually a helicopter. So I'm by the hospital, in my school. So I'm hoping that nobody's getting flown in for like emergency treatment, because I'm over here worrying about the sound of my video, and that's very self-centered of me.
Kim, there's people that are dying.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go home to give you guys that more in-depth like here's how the first month was for me. You know, everything that I've been saying in my little the other micro vlogs I've been doing, micro vlog snippets that I've been doing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go home to recap how I feel about everything. But I just wanted to like show you guys how I am feeling, looking, and doing initially, like right after the block. It's really weird to think like, wow, I'm about to move into a whole different like category of study tomorrow. Like I'm going into immunology tomorrow, as if I wasn't just doing like basic science and cell bio and whatever. I will say that that's a very, very strange adjustment compared to like undergraduate studies or maybe even master's studies. I don't know. I don't have a graduate degree other than me trying to get my MD. I feel like, sorry y'all, campus is like crazy noisy because there's just like a lot of traffic right now. But yeah, I don't know. I guess compared to like other degree programs, it's just really kind of weird how quickly you switch content like categories. So like I said, obviously compared to undergrad and potentially a graduate degree where you focus on like one thing per class for XXX amount of months before you move on. Whereas here, it's like you focus on a lot of things at once and then suddenly they end. Like you got like 3 weeks and then it's over. That's really, really weird to me. Who the hell is trying to call me? I don't know that number, y'all. I don't pick up strangers. But yeah, I'm gonna stop recording now because I'm walking towards the main campus and ain't nobody got time to be looking crazy in front of a group of people. So I'm gonna check back in with y'all when I get home. So hey y'all, don't judge me. I am recording this in my closet. It's just the brightest light that I have when the sun goes down. So yeah, I'm just trying to pop back in here real quick to give some context to pretty much everything that I said in these like vlog segments. Once again, I am so sorry that they're like disjointed and all over the place. But again, it wasn't really like a planned vlog. So from here on out, I think I mentioned it in one of the clips that I'm going to try to put out videos every like 2 to 3 weeks. But I'm actually going to try to push them out as the block ends. So that way I can give you guys like an overall reflection of how that month's topic went. So like right now I'm in immunology, so I can give you guys like a whole update on how that was, you know, how I did, things that I learned, things that I wish were better, and just like I said, an overall recap and review for that whole month, because I think that's just more productive than me trying to do weekly videos, because y'all, I do the same thing every week. Like I eat, I go to sleep, I work out, and I go to class and I study. So I just feel like it's really not that interesting unless I were to have some type of special event going on. But even then, I'm just not a good vlogger. So I just think it's much better for me to kind of come in with like a 1 month update, 2 month update, and then give you guys details about the block itself, especially for those of you guys who are interested in coming to my institution. So I'm not gonna spend too much time, like I said now, just because it was kind of a lot just with like my reflections. And I just kind of got behind with recording, and it just doesn't make sense for me to try to cram it all in now. I'd rather just kind of start afresh and start anew with the ending of this upcoming block. So I'll be done with this immunology section September 23rd, I think, or like sometime towards the end of September. So yeah, I think it would just be better for me to save kind of my commentary for what's been going on for that video, just because again, like the pacing kind of got messed up, and I do apologize for that, for real. No matter how busy I am, this is something that I said that I wanted to commit to doing, you know, making a channel and making a space. So I really just need to do my part and like making sure that it's done. But I did kind of want to pop in here to drop one word of like one kind of tidbit of advice and wisdom for those of you guys who are hoping to get into school this upcoming cycle. Please prepare to fail. I know that sounds really crazy, right? But I feel like many of us have been pretty high achieving in different areas of our life. And I feel like now with me being in medical school and having so many different things that I'm expected to know how to do and do well, it's just inevitable that I'm not going to be like amazing and exceptional at all of them. I'm going to come across subjects, or I'm going to come across skills that are I'm just kind of out of my depth, and I have to accept that this may be something that I'm just average at. Yeah, like that's been a pretty hard pill for me to swallow, especially like in an academic sense. But y'all, I'm trying to just remember that there are other benefits of going to medical school, such as making connections and networking and kind of putting my energy and time into some other endeavors outside of the classroom. And yeah, like I'll get into pretty much everything that happened over this block so far in my next video when I share that with you all. And again, hopefully it is a little bit more organized. I am so sorry that everything has been a mess and all over the place, and hopefully at that point when I record it makes much more sense, like I said, and everything is just good to go. So my bad. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell down below so that you're alerted to whenever I post, because y'all, like I said, I've been kind of all over the place, so that notification might do you justice. And as always, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. Love you all very much. Adios.